Ah, yes. 2022 was a rather mediocre year for Metroidvania. Don't get me wrong. There were a few gems like Haiku the Robot, Hawk, Islets, and Ghost Song, but we didn't really have that many high-profile banger games. Well, 2023 is looking to change that because there are several awesome games on the horizon that have the potential to be exceptionally awesome Metroidvania games.
I don't know what this is, but it's kind of hot.
Before we begin, this list only features 16 games set to release in 2023, but these are by far not the only ones. If you want to learn about even more Metroidvania games in development, check out my website metroidvania.gg to see all the games in development. Also, I'm giving all of these 16 games a rating of how likely I think it is for them to be released in 2023. Don't take these ratings too seriously, it's more of a rough estimation. Alright, let's begin. Starting this list strong with Rusted Moss, a twin-stick shooter Metroidvania in a post-apocalyptic world. The biggest selling point of this game is the grapple hook and the physics-based engine in conjunction with the grappling hook. If you go on the developer's Twitter, you will see that they like to tell you how awesome their grappling hook is. Like, a lot. To their credit, the grappling hook mechanic does look really interesting and definitely provides a bit of fresh wind in the Metroidvania genre. According to the Steam page, the game is set to release in early 2023, and they just released their final demo also on Steam, which will be compatible with the full release of the game. So play the demo, and if you like it, you will be able to continue from your demo save in the final game. Probability of release in 2023? 90%. Did you ever wonder how a Devil May Cry combo style combat would fit into a Metroidvania? Well, we'll find out whenever Vernal Edge releases. A pretty pixel art Metroidvania with a very heavy emphasis on combat. So much so that you can do minute-long air juggling combos to enemies if you know what you're doing. And getting to that know what you're doing part will probably take a few gameplay hours to master that system. The game also features a very cool 3D overworld where you can air sail to different floating islands to explore more of the kingdom of Haricot. The story basically just revolves around finding your father or something along those lines. If all of this sounds right up your alley, check out the demo on Steam. Steam also says this game releases in 2023, and the developer seems to be making steady progress with the game over on Twitter. So I'll give this game a probability of releasing in 2023 for about 75%.
It's time to get to work, Beck.
Next up, we got Biogun, a hand-drawn Metroidvania set inside of a dog. Yes, you heard that correctly. Because humanity's best friend is facing extinction via a deadly virus. In order to stop this, our main protagonist, Beck, gets shot inside the dog via a vaccine, and the game begins. The game looks very vibrant and colorful, and the gameplay looks smooth and fun. There seems to be a good portion of humor, and maybe we even learn a bit about how the immune system works. Also, the trailer music is banging. If you want to check out the game for yourself, this game also has a demo on Steam. The Steam page just says release 2023, and I don't remember the developer being very vocal on Twitter about the actual release date so far. So probability of release in 2023, 65%. Okay, so hear me out. What if we take a regular Metroidvania game and mix it with Kirby's ability to steal skills from enemies? Well, there is no what if. The game is in development and it's called Biomorph. A Souls-like Metroidvania where you yoink the skills of your foes to fight them with their own weapons. and to also progress through the game. It's a very neat concept. I hope it's gonna play as awesome as it sounds. This game promises a lot of things. Intense combat with enemies who are learning, smart puzzles, colorful and varied NPCs, and apparently you will be able to help rebuild a town and customize how it's going to look. Oh yeah, the story also promises surprising and shocking truths about the origin of our ability-stealing protagonist here. This game also has a demo on Steam if you want to check it out. The trailer simply states coming 2023, but we don't know if early or late. There is no Kickstarter to go off of. Just coming 2023, so that could mean literally anything. Probability of release in 2023? 60%. Up next, we got Curse of the Sea Rat, a Ratoidvania, where your crew of sailors have been turned into a bunch of rats by some sort of pirate witch. This game features 4 playable characters, differing from each other in combat and fighting styles. The game also promises a local co-op mode for up to 4 players. I never heard of a 4-player co-op Metroidvania, and I'm also not sure how well that is going to turn out, but I'm eager to be surprised. Now, on their very successful Kickstarter, it says they plan to release the game in April 2021, which is a tad bit overdue by now, but it's fine. The devs have announced very recently that the game is finally going to be released on April 6th, 2023. At the end of 2022, they were very active on their social media channels and promoting the game at almost every gaming related event they came across. So yeah, curious how the Ratoidvania is going to turn out. Probability of release in 2023? 95%. Next up, we're getting a bit steampunky with Gestalt, Steam, and Cinder. A game that has been on many people's radars before it got rather silent around the game for quite a long while. The devs just don't seem to be the most marketing-focused bunch, but maybe I'm just looking in the wrong places. However, in November 2022, it was announced that popular content creators Jesse Cox, Dex Bonus, and The Completionist are now the producers of the game. If you're looking at the trailer footage in the background, you see that the pixel art is beautiful, the animation's slick, and the combat looks intense. I'm still not quite sure yet if this is a fully fledged Metroidvania, because it's giving me a lot of like Zero from Mega Man vibes, but whatever. The game will absolutely kick ass at its eventual release. This game is also going to be part of the Steam Next Fest, which is starting 6th of February. I'll give this game a probability of release in 2023, 50%. Cookie Cutter is a game that just oozes style. The devs very regularly post animations on their Twitter where the main character, Cherry, shreds enemies to bits and pieces. It's glorious. The entire art style and design of this game is so freaking awesome and definitely its strongest selling point. The gameplay in conjunction with all these slick animations also looks to be very fun, fluid, and satisfying. In the game, you play this rage-filled android whose goal is to rescue her creator from an evil mastermind. And from the looks of it, she will absolutely decimate everything in her way to get there. This one, definitely a bit more heavy on the quote-unquote violent side of Metroidvanias. In their Twitter description, they write, "Coming for revenge in 2023. My guess is the game will be released in the second half of 2023. So my probability of release in 2023, 65%. Lovecraft plus Metroidvania. That is a combo that our next entry is trying to achieve. The Last Case of Benedict Fox puts you into the shoes of a detective who is investigating a case involving a grisly murder of a couple and their child's mysterious disappearance. You are bound to a demon who lets you explore the minds of the dead to uncover what really happened. I'm very much looking forward to the crazy level designs that the devs are allowed to make, because a large portion of the game takes place inside a dead body's memories and subconsciousness. Additionally, since you are bound to a demon, the combat of this game also promises to be interesting, because you can use some of the demon's abilities and such. We will be able to get our hands on this game very soon, because it's also part of the Steam Next Fest. Steam also says it will be coming soon, so that's not a lot. So probability of release in 2023, 50%.
Pull yourself together, Benedict.
Our next game is the second game on this list with a set release date, which could obviously change, but we'll take those. 26th of April is the day after Image is supposed to release. Their successful Kickstarter page had an estimate delivery of November 2022, so we are ever so slightly past that by now. Also, considering that After Image will also have a demo during the upcoming Steam Next Fest, it is very likely that it will be released in 2023. Unless feedback during Steam Next Fest is so insane that they want to remodel the entire game. If you have never heard about After Image before, it's a beautiful hand-drawn 2D Metroidvania set in the world of Engarden. A vibrant, colorful collection of different areas ranging from volcanoes to the sea and from canyons to towers that touch the clouds. The gameplay looks fast-paced, and it promises various upgrade paths and talent trees to create a combat style that suits your playstyle the best. Very much looking forward to this one. Probability of release in 2023, 95%. (2022) is the year our next game was supposed to be released, but it got delayed twice, and now 9 Years of Shadow is looking at an early 2023 release. The beautiful pixel art Metroidvania focuses its story around protagonist Europa's quest to bring back color to the world after some sort of magical curse engulfed the world in color-less-ness. Is that a real word? Anyway, together with the cute floating magical bear Apino, Europa ventures into Talos Castle, where the curse supposedly started. Throughout the game, you will acquire elemental abilities in the form of elemental armors, which will allow you to wield the power of lightning, water, earth, and fire. During the last Steam Next Fest in October 2022, this game had a demo, and it was an absolute blast. Probability of release in 2023, 90%. So, from all the games on this list, this one here is the one we know the least about. In the trailer of the last DLC for Blasphemous 1 was a tiny bit of an addendum. but it only really showed a picture of the number 2 and 2023. That is literally everything we have for Blasphemous 2. Blasphemous 1 was quite a successful game with tons of fans, so it makes sense that people are hyped about a second one. But yeah, this doesn't give me much to talk about here. We only know about that it's in development. So if it really is going to happen in 2023, I am assuming it will be in late 2023. And since there is literally nothing to go off of right now, they might still delay it to 2024. Probability of release in 2023, 40%. Obviously, you can't put up a most anticipated Metroidvania list without putting Last Faith on here. This one has been in the making for a hot minute now. Kickstarter back in 2020, estimated delivery on Kickstarter says September 2021. Last year they were searching for a level designer, so yeah, safe to say they are still working on it very hard. If for some reason you have never heard of Last Faith before, it's basically what would happen if you put the pixel art and goriness of Blasphemous and the Victorian vibe of Bloodborne together. And out comes something a lot of people are hyped about, myself included. But yeah, it's a bit hard to tell how the development of this game is progressing. The devs are not making super regular updates. So probability of release in 2023, 60%. Do you guys remember AM2R? The arguably best Metroid fan game ever made? Yes, the game Nintendo DMCA'd a day after release. Do you ever wonder what happened to the guy who made it? Well, first he worked on Ori and the Will of the Wisps as a level designer, and now he's working on our next game here, Bow, Path of the Teal Lotus. A gorgeous hand-drawn Metroidvania based in Japanese folklore. It ended its very successful Kickstarter back in March 2022, and since then they have been hard at work, hiring new team members, including Milton Guasti D, AM2R dev. On their Kickstarter, it also states the estimated release is September 2023, so there is a decent chance we might get to see it this year. Probability of release in 2023, 70%. So, have any of you played Sekiro and wished the deflection-based combat would be implemented in a 2D Metroidvania? Well, 9 Souls is promising exactly that. They call their game Taopunk, which mixes cyberpunk elements with Taoism and Eastern mythology, creating this very unique look and feel to the game. The story of the game focuses on protagonist Yi, who is on a vengeful quest to kill the namesake of the game, the 9 Souls, powerful rulers of the realm. The game has a demo on Steam and I highly recommend you to give it a try. The gameplay of this game is so smooth and satisfying. On their own web shop, it says estimated delivery Q2 of 2023. So I'll give 9 Souls a probability of release in 2023, 70%. Okay, I'm going to be honest with you guys. Our next game here, Crowsworn, is my personal #1 anticipated Metroidvania. This game literally checks all of my boxes. Plague Doctor Mask? Check. Red Cloak? Check. Freaking Scythe as a main weapon? Check. Movement and combat looks smooth and fluid? Check. Game oozes style? super check. So yeah, I'm super hyped about this game, and so are many others, considering how their Kickstarter went through the roof. 125,000 Canadian dollars was their goal, and they ended up with 1.25 million Canadian dollars. Crazy. On their Kickstarter, it says estimated delivery date December 2023. Since devs very much seem like the people who are only going to release the game when they are really feeling like it's done, I personally think it's probably more reasonable to expect a release early to mid 2024. So probability of release in 2023, 30%. And number one most anticipated Metroidvania of 2023 is, drumroll, who am I kidding? We all know it's Silksong. This game is not just the most anticipated Metroidvania of 2023, but probably one of the most anticipated games of 2023 period. The OG Hollow Knight sits with an overwhelmingly positive score by 240,000 reviewers on Steam. So yeah, no shit, everybody and their dog is excited for the sequel. It's a bit anticlimactic, but we all knew what number one would be like, let's be real. The main belief that this game will come out in 2023 is because of last year's Xbox and Bethesda Games Showcase, where it was claimed that a selection of games for the Xbox Game Pass will release within the next year, and Silksong was one of these games. So if this statement is to be believed, the game will release within the next 6 months. But at the end of the day, it's Team Cherry and they won't release the game if they don't think it's ready. So probability of release in 2023, 80%. So yeah, that's it. The 16 most anticipated Metroidvanias of 2023. I tried to be as objective as possible, but undoubtedly a little bit of my own subjectivity sneaked in here and there. Please let me know down in the comments which game you are looking forward to the most, and also, even more importantly, tell me about which games I forgot to include in this list. Don't forget to subscribe for more Metroidvania content and check out my website metroidvania.gg. Thank you for watching, have a great day, and see you next video.